Have you played much Unite recently? Hmm. Yeah, true. I think I got the hang of Meowth. I like it. Payday and what's the the one that repositions you, like the one where you can jump, like to the person. I don't know. I like it. Okay, yeah, that. All right, I'm gonna change the screen to us. Well, you're not there, but you're there in spirit.
I can give you a picture that I normally use since I don't have a camera yet.
Oh, you're fine. What's up, gamers? Look at that. Look at that. Hold on, I gotta put GX's thing in here because this is an entirely new profile. I put Discord. Discord. There we go. Is this gonna?
Yes, and I had to put reconfigure
There
the
we go.
Discord channel for the audio mixer.
Cool. What's up, Vegeta? Oh my goodness. Good to see you. Hope you are well. I am blue. I know. Blue is a good color for me. Well, I don't know if it is. But yeah, my camera is bigger than I am used to. But look at these cool assets from the Articuno League. Um, I can give you like the cool transition. Like, wow, look at that. It looks like that, and then now I'm here, and that's crazy. So we're casting Cyan, hello, and of course Robin, hello. It is great to see you guys. Um, I'm not
Before I
actually
forget,
playing
did you put
tonight,
in the
but
2 minute delay?
did I put in the 2 minute delay? I didn't. Is that
Yeah.
super important to do?
Uh, Tube wants it in, so you just put it. You just pop it into the settings for OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's under
Uh,
settings, advanced, and then it should be stream delay. Just make it 120 seconds.
advanced 120. There we go. Okay, so we're delaying it here.
Yep, yep, yep.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm recording the VODs so that I can give it back to the AUL team. But yeah, I used to cast with AUL seasons ago, and I just like got super busy and didn't cast with them. So I'm back. I'm gonna pick up matches wherever I can. Yeah, absolutely, Vegeta. I will be saving it and making sure that I get it back for you guys. I'm really excited. I haven't seen any of the matches yet. It's going to be really interesting. So far, So far, we're getting into the lobby and everything. So, for those who aren't familiar with AUL and how it works, I'm going to be doing 2 matches tonight, but these are best of fives. Um, and GX, do we have anything banned? Is Meowth still banned,
I
or is
believe
everything
Meowth, Charizard Y is banned. Those two are banned. We're staying on
okay? Meowth.
Kyogre for this week.
Okay. Kyogre map. Charizard Y is banned. Good. Honestly, just remove it from the game. And um, Meowth still banned. But everything else, we're rocking with. I'm looking forward to it because I feel like we haven't had Underdunk for a little bit. We obviously aren't having it tonight. And the meta has kind of been like up in the air, I guess. Like nobody, like we know what's broken, but we don't. I feel like we haven't really hammered down like what this meta exactly is. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these teams are gonna end up doing. And then we get to watch the first league weekend this weekend. Are you gonna be watching GX? Do you usually watch
Definitely.
the? I'm looking forward to it. Me and Kyle are gonna be doing the off off broadcast matches for it, so
Exciting.
we're gonna be doing the low budget versions.
It's important. Make it your own.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's
right,
one
what
meta
are
that I know
you-
that exists for sure, and it's just a mega meta. There's no escaping it.
Yeah, it's the megas.
Can't ban it
Zera
outright.
is
You
there
gotta
a
grab it for
Zera?
yourself.
Is there a Zeraora bug? Well, today, all right.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
we're
also
talking
one of the
about
bans. Yeah, Zero. Thanks for reminding me.
Zeraora bug. Okay. Today was interesting. The choice specs bug that existed for a couple of hours before they hot fixed it. That was fun.
It was cool.
So-
They took it away. I mean, rightfully so, but I didn't get to abuse
Yeah,
it.
that's
I was
crazy.
asleep.
I wasn't even going to attempt. The amount that game-breaking bugs exist, and nobody's even like surprised. It's crazy.
Sup, slow bro? Sup, big dog? We're gonna be casting matches. Everyone's gonna be coming in promptly soon. Need more
we're
members
starting
of
to get-
Dark Lord Gaming.
Yeah, it looks like Dark Lords. I know that they changed the way that spectating works. Is it still like, do we pick who is first pick and stuff now? Like the
Oh yeah,
admins
under the
pick, or-
under the custom rules, you get to, like, for me it's just hitting X, and then like at the bottom you can just choose team priority. Top tier.
Gotcha. Cool. I have. So we're doing budget spectating tonight.
Yep.
Choice specs broken. Fix in a few hours. Game crashes heavily. Don't fix for over 2 months. Yeah, they want it to crash. It's supposed to be like that. It's a feature.
You can do the secret tech of picking your mon and then resetting.
I have been doing that because I have a Switch 1.
I have a Switch too, and it's so fast.
Really? Is it?
Under a minute.
Wow.
Don't worry, I used to be a Switch 1 enjoyer. Not anymore.
I just didn't need to get a Switch 2 when it came out because I have an OLED Switch, and it is still like in really good condition. So I guess
That's
until
cool.
I feel the like the FOMO from Pokopia when that comes out.
Is that the Ditto game?
Yeah.
I want to try it. I want to
Pokopia.
try it so. I want to try it so bad.
I want to play it, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I know for my Switch 1, it overheats. It overheated so bad I had to use 2 fans.
Really?
God rest its soul.
Don't forget to pre-order for the plushie. Well, I can't pre-order because I don't have a Switch 2. Eventually I will get one, but I just don't really have a need for one. I think that, like, there's a thing where you can invite players from the Switch 1, like if you're playing together and somebody has the Switch 2, then a Switch 1 player can play, like, with them. So I'm just gonna have to make my friends, like, get me. Like, not that I can't buy a Switch 2, it's just kind of like, why would I when I don't really need one? I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's really not like I can't. So maybe I'll feel enough like a content creator and be like, I have to get the Switch 2 immediately. Alright, where are our people?
Looks like they're trying to do a coin flip in the chat.
Oh, people are updating. Okay.
Oh, that's the first time logging in today. No hand
Yeah,
warmers? What is this?
I just remembered to update my game right before this because I was like, oh, that's gonna take a second.
Not a big update, so shouldn't take very long.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Slow Broadway will ban Glaceon with time. Alright, looks like Dark Lords is gonna get first pick.
Alrighty. So they will be the purple team?
Looks like it.
I have a little blanket that you guys can't see because the camera is cut off, but I have a blanket that I threw on the corner of my desk, and I really want it because my legs are cold, but my cat is now sitting on it, and he's very comfy, and I would never make him get up.
It is a wonderful 50 degrees in Florida. I've been enjoying it.
Mr. Cam. Hey, mister. It's a little mister. Coliseum and XD is switched to. Oh, is it? Did not know. Okay, so Dark Lords Gaming is first pick.
Draft pick priority, team, top team. Alright, I'll set up, just waiting for the go-ahead. I'm going to ask him.
Alright. Alright. Look at the transition and everything. So cool. I gotta add in the Discord again. There we go. And I gotta move my stuff around. Gotta move my assets around. I love my assets. In the sense that, look at those assets. Been saying that. Been saying that. Are you an asset guy or a tits guy? So these are our teams: Dark Lords Gaming and Ashen Ones.
Please, I'm an asset man.
Exactly. Which is the only correct answer.
The only correct answer.
Okay, one team is ready. Waiting on our second R.
One team is always ready.
And then we'll get into it.
Yeah, waiting for Ashen Ones. They've been a pretty cool team this week and last week. Some strong stuff. Can't wait to see what they do today.
Yeah, tell me about what happened so far, because I couldn't find anywhere like a list of who has won so far.
So I know, like, for the matches that I've casted, I put those up on my channel so far. There's a playlist for it. But yeah, it has actually been a list for like all the wins and losses, or there has, but I haven't found it yet. I definitely gotta look for that.
My other cat is on the other desk. Aw. My fiance's playing Magic the Gathering over there. Wow.
Oh, sick. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't judge me.
I mean, I can't judge you if I'm marrying somebody who plays Magic the Gathering.
It looks like both teams are ready.
Let's get into it.
Get it on!
It's true. Alright, here is our draft. We got Dark Lords Gaming on our left side and Ashen Ones on our right side. Both teams that, you know, I'm familiar with some of these players. I feel like when I watch Articuno League, I'm always like, oh, it's my friends. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I hope my friends win, but like, everybody's my friend. So let's go teams. Let's see what we're starting to ban out. Looking like Urshifu ban, Umbreon ban off the bat. Feels like some old-timey bans, GX.
Right? I haven't seen an Umbreon brand in years. They usually ban his replacement, Vaporeon.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if that means we will see Ashen Ones trying to line up a Vaporeon pick or something like that. They've got 2 Eevees banned currently, and Dark Lords Gaming banning out a couple of all-rounders. Likely target bans for specific players.
Oh, that team does not like Eevee.
Yeah, no, we ban out all the Eevees over there on Ashen Ones, but who's going to be first pick? We do have Blissey as an option. No supporters have been banned. Is that what they'll want to go with, or are they going to try to lock down one of the more powerful carry choices? We'll just see what they end up going with.
Oh, there's the Mega Charizard. Why? Wait, hold on.
Which is banned, isn't it?
Should be, unless it's not banned this week. I gotta verify. Well, either way, so far we got Blissey and Blastoise on the other team. Blastoise is such a strong defender this week, controlling so much space and so little cooldown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Blastoise top path, I'm a hater of it personally, but it's something that a lot of teams are used to playing, and it can, flex between roles pretty well. I think it's one of those things where, like, when it gets level 13 and you end up doing really well in that late game, then you can see how beneficial it is. The problem is getting it to that late game, but either way, on the other side, we've got another all-rounder Pokemon, the Mewtwo X, being locked in. That's double Mega for this squad. And the Miraidon, an attacker that kind of fell off a little bit, but has been a consistently strong attacker.
Yeah, we'll follow by a second defender in Crustle, and then we have the sniper in Inteleon. Definitely outranging them this week.
Yeah, and Inteleon is always really strong, especially if you can hit your snipe shots. But look at this, the support defender core over here is the Clefable for a lot of healing, and a Mr. Mime, a Pokemon that we don't tend to see a ton, but when you can play it right, it can be very, very powerful.
Yeah, they're going for a double support here, no defenders. I mean, Mr. Mime can kind of be a sort of defender with all the wall play, so makes sense to me.
Yep. And Blaziken rounding out. So, interestingly enough, Dark Lords Gaming banned out 3 all-rounders. Now, I don't know if the scissor ban was towards Scyther, but 3 all-rounder bans, and we go with the all-rounder of Blaziken here to round out this team composition, which is a really interesting call. Blaziken is still always a really strong all-rounder, but it makes me think of, like, why ban out Dragonite? Why Urshifu if you have Blaziken that's still an option for this squad?
It might be target bans, but we'll never know until possibly the interview. I do like to point out that there's a lot more firepower, I feel like, on Dark Lord Gaming as opposed to Abyss Order, but Abyss Order controls way more space with their double defender composition.
Yeah, it's kind of double defender. I mean, you're going to have Blastoise more as your carry slot, but I've seen Mewtwo X kind of played a lot more in that tankier role, so it is interesting to see Dark Lords Gaming picking up the Clefable, Mime, and the Mewtwo X. So they're really relying on this Mega Charizard Y to do most of the damage for the squad. You've got Miraidon in the back line. That's definitely going to be shredding down, but they don't have a ton of frontline damage with the Mewtwo X unless it's in its Mega form. So we will see here going into our first game of the nights, but oh, okay, Josh says Ashen 1's jungler is basically Saotami Jr. Okay, fair enough.
Yep, just got the update for one of our admins. Char Y is legal this week.
Yeah, that's terrifying. It was smart to pick that up then. He is heading to our central area.
Yeah, followed by Blaziken in their central area for Abyss Order.
Yeah, Blaziken. The little Torchic over there, I'm going to be, like, doing the spectating with, like, my controller and my Joy-Cons, so it's going to be super scuffed. But let's head down to our bottom path right now. Vox on the Inteleon does get a really good secure there early. Both of those Buttlebees going over to the side of Ashen once.
Meanwhile, over at top lane, Chansey taking a lot of extra damage, probably needlessly. They're fighting over these Zato here, trying to get any form that they can. Looks like Mewtwo X is trying to make a play over here, but it looks like both teams are turning to neutral, followed by both junglers heading to top lane.
Yeah, this is kind of a classic move from both these central area Pokemon to head up into the top path to try to help. I mean, you've got this Squirtle, right? And it needs to be level 5 as soon as possible. I mean, it needs to be level 13, realistically. But at this point in the game, you do not want it to stay a Squirtle for as long as you can. So 850s have hit. Both teams going for a great Blaze Kick there by the Combuskin. Most of those, I believe, did go over to Ashen once.
Yeah, Blaze is such a powerful tool, dragging over the farm, and Squirtle could also do that too, but it was there on standby with Water Gun to push the opponent out.
We've got now Combuskin heading down to the center, trying to prevent this Charmeleon from getting online any further. The full heal does come out. Wow, what a chase there from the Blaziken.
Combuskin's in trouble too, though.
We'll come back in. Look at this, though. They do hit the confusion on the Inteleon. Eject buttons are used. Nobody going down here. Ashen ones. What a play.
Yeah, it looks like we got Dark Lord's game. He's taking control of the center area. Rage Dragon's about to spawn here in about 7 seconds, and they're controlling all the space. Should be a simple enough rip and secure.
Yeah, going in Regidrago. So even though Ashen Ones, I feel like, has come out on top of a lot of these moments, we are seeing Dark Lords Gaming move in on the Regidrago. They secure that, giving that over to the Mewtwo X, potentially looking for opportunities to score. The first few points have gone in our bottom path from this Inteleon Crustle duo here, 38 points, but more points now heading up into the top path.
And Mewtwo X coming in with a lot of great entry damage, being in its mega form, and they will get a score in, get some points. Score is 42-38. Dark Lord Gaming's lead.
So far, Dark Lord Gaming has led, but the game feels very, very even so far. Looking at the levels down there, we're seeing level 7s on some Pokemon now. Charizard already at its full evolution, but it does want that level 9 as soon as it can get it, because if that mega evolution starts to come out, then those fights are just going to basically be won as long as the Clefable sits there. So I think we're going to be thinking about, on the side of Ashen Ones, how they're going to deal with this Mega Charizard as we go into the mid and late game.
Looks like for Ashen Ones, they're focusing on Reggie like he probably just start up this win condition over for the late game. It's right now it's a 2-on-3. We only have Miraidon and Mr. Mime trying to secure it. Oh, he just misses it.
We've got Regieleki, though, secured by Ashen in the bottom path. Big Snipe Shot comes out, but it will miss the Miraidon. Hits them there, but they're able to pick up the Berry Blaziken. Chasing them into the backside, uses the full heal to get further in. They will take down the Miraidon and continue to push forward. Now, a 2-point lead for Ashen.
Mr. Mime's in trouble here, but it looks like Clefairy's going to be able to bail him out. Here comes the rest of the team. We got both of the Megas over here. There's the Mega Y, Charizard Y ult, bringing everyone to the crisp. We got Blissey down, and they also got... Oh, no, we got Blaziken down, too. It looks like they're going to try to score here. We have Crustle trying to hold on the line all by itself, but it's pretty much outnumbered here. Might have to retreat.
Just kind of what a Mega Charizard does. It just kind of wins you the fight, and then there's not too much you can do about it. So the point lead has been taken back here by Dark Lords Gaming. The Inteleon will hit a good snipe shot on the Clefable, but all of that being healed right up easily. Mewtwo X in the center going after Plush on the Blastoise, who's not quite level 9. They can't really do much to defend themselves at the moment, and they will be chased out.
I do like the choice of Mewtwo Y or Mewtwo X going Side Strike. We do have the Blissey going Safeguard here, so might not be able to pull anyone in with Future Sight. So, smart choice. There goes the Mewtwo X ult coming in.
Oh, yeah. Infinite Cyber comes down.
Yep. We got the Chansey coming in, protecting the teammates. Then we got the Blastoise ult, creating a lot more space. Down goes Mewtwo X. He's kind of all by himself there, but here comes the rest of the Dark Lord Gaming. He's giving him assist. There is the Charizard Y ult once again, burning everyone down. Then we got the Miraidon ult, burning everyone to a crisp, creating all this space and all this pressure. And Blissey looks like Blissey's next. There it goes.
3 KOs, triple KO streak there for the Mega Charizard Y. And, you know, like we were saying earlier, if you, they're just going to Mega Evolve right on top of the berry, get a little bit of healing back. But if you're not prepared to immediately take down this Mega Charizard Y, there's just way too much damage coming down on top of your entire team. And in a fight like that, where it really seemed like Ashen once had the advantage, a Mega Charizard Y Unite move turns that around completely. And now that Pokemon is level 12, they will secure the Regirock, and it looks like Dark Lords Gaming is considering a push in this Tier 2 goal zone.
They definitely have the numbers advantage. Dark Lords Gaming has to consider the Regieleki over at bottom. We're going to have Mewtwo X appealing for that, but we're going to have this big play over here. We've got the Crustle ult getting stuffed by the gravity. Can't quite get the stun move quite out. We got Miraidon getting a lot of entry damage over here for Dark Lord Gaming. Then we got the Crustle walls pinning in both the supports. Down goes... That goes Clefable. Now Mr. Mime is next. That's an excellent snipe shot. This one's going to have to back out. There's a berry trying to get out. He might try to consider scoring at bottom lane, but it looks like he's trying to get out with the pad here. There's the juke. Might get crustled in. Yep, there it is. But Mime Wall follows through.
The Mime Wall just able to make sure they get out of there safely. But I don't really think that play ended up going the way Dark Lords Gaming wanted it to. They wanted to kind of trade bottom for top, but Ashen Ones was ready for it, so they kind of got more out of that. 208 now to 142, and Ashen is increasing their lead. Mime! No!
Mime going in!
Flipped back over the wall! I don't think they meant to do that, but the fight now breaks out in the center. We do have Mega Charizard available, and they are going to get a ton of
damage. So much damage!
Hit the Penta here. They're looking for Mewtwo X will take 1 KO, but that's 4 down here for Ashen. Dark Lords Gaming isn't going to be able to make anything out of it in terms of points, but that's definitely a couple high-value KOs right there.
Mutex is going to have to avoid the wall. Unless it's going to get KO'd. And there's the wall, and that's all she wrote. There it is.
The wall. Oh, the Crustle walls are absolutely devastating. Dark Lords Gaming trying to convert in some points in the bottom path. We do see Blastoise. Hydro Typhoon comes out 239.
That's pretty late.
Unite move. That is big if you're Dark Lords Gaming to see that Unite move is not going to be available at the start of the Kyogre fight.
He's going to have to turn around and farm that back ASAP. Like, honestly, I wouldn't bother with this Regieleki right now unless this is the play that this team was playing for.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they still want to go for it. Blastoise is definitely not going to have a Unite move, and I feel like that's what you want Blastoise for, especially like the carry Blastoise, that top half Blastoise. That's kind of what you need it for, and they're dangerously low as well, so they're going to have to reset. They will get the Regieleki. I think Dark Lords is going to want to try to stop this, but at this point, both teams know that Ashen is in the lead in terms of score, but can they win a fight here, especially with this Mega Charizard available? They're going to be able to use a Unite move as soon as they see somebody they want and kick off this fight.
I know Abyssal is going to want to play a little bit, so wait for this charge for the Blastoise ult. It is on the faster side. I believe it's about 89 seconds, so it's not going to be too long now before it comes back online. But it looks like plays are being made, and that's just something you're going to have to leverage. Miraidon getting a lot of good entry damage with the charge beam. There goes the side trick from Mewtwo X. And there goes the AoE effect of Miraidon. It looks like the fight's actually about to start right here. I see Mewtwo X wanted to do an ult.
Yeah, we've got a lot of poking from the side, but here is the Infinite Cyber, but Mewtwo immediately going down here. Charizard will get their Unite move off, but they aren't really able to chase anybody down. Blissey is down. They will get Inteleon. Everybody very low right now, 2 down for either side.
There goes Crustle. And Charizard X is doing a lot of damage, but there he goes, and there goes Blastoise follows suit. All of a sudden, it's Blaziken. Can he wrap up the Mr. Yes, he can.
But that's everybody down for both sides except for this Blaziken and Miraidon. We're seeing 2 more members now coming back. It looks like this is going to be setting up for a refight. Unfortunately for Dark Lords Gaming, they couldn't capitalize as much as they wanted to off of that Charizard Unite move, and it was likely because Mewtwo X just got absolutely obliterated even through using its Unite move. Either way, Charge Beam is going to come out. Miraidon going to try to start chipping down this objective.
Wow. This is a dangerous play that Dark Lords Gaming is going to have to do because there is the Blaziken secure with Overheat, but they don't have much of a choice. They're behind on points, and there is the Blaziken secure. Oh, actually Crustle. It was My Hero Crustle.
Gets the secure. My Hero Crustle gets the secure right there, and that will be it for game number 1. Ashen holds on against the Beast Mega Charizard Y. Very patient fight from them in those last moments, able to pick off teammates, like separate them from being able to be healed by the Clefable. I think that's a really smart way to play. But that will be Ashen 1's game number 1, 290 to 168.
I will say I'm a bit surprised that Dark Lords Gaming didn't try to force a fight a bit earlier. They did see the Blastoise all go off early about at the 225 mark. I would have been that's a huge ult to not have right away at the 2-minute mark. I kind of want to see them press their advantage a bit earlier. But hey, they might do that next game.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely I guess I wouldn't say a mistake, but definitely not a play that I would have been super excited to make, but they were still able to hang on really well. The Bliss assistants came in at a great time. Looking at these stats here, 9 KOs apiece for both of the MVPs. We're seeing a lot of damage from the Mega Charizard Y, very expected, but like I said in the drafting phase, this Blaziken, a really good last pick into this team composition and really dealing out a ton of damage.
Yeah, both teams pretty much have even damage relatively, so both teams are kind of pretty much doing their stuff here. But looks like the Abyss Order kind of edged out there since they had the secure and they had the lead, so they played their advantage pretty well.
Yeah, really good game number 1, and we can only hope for the good games to continue. Now, how was my spectating for you guys here on stream? Because was I in the right thing? I don't even know if I was. But like the right view. I don't know if I was in the right view or not.
Alright, moving on to these
Okay,
captains.
cool.
Looks like Dark Lord Gaming wants to have first pick yet again. Let me just verify. Yep, they're gonna have first pick again. Well, someone has to use the restroom, so yeah, everyone has got a need. So we're gonna get back to these matches pretty soon. Hang tight.
All right, pee time. Everyone, take your bathroom breaks.
Stay
I
hydrated.
guess.
Drink some water. That's the real
Stay
game.
hydrated. I finished my Diet Coke.
Oh, I love Diet Coke.
I was wearing a sweater today that said I need a Diet Coke. Hey,
I'm wearing a shirt that says I love Diet Coke.
I love Diet Coke. I have a Diet Coke speaker with me. Hold on. Diet Coke like speaker that I keep in the package like it's a doll, like a figure that I'm gonna sell one day. It's basically my Diet Coke figure. I love Diet Coke. Hey, Brent.
Looks like both teams are ready.
I have more Diet Coke.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
No?
I thought you were doing a bit. I'm sorry.
I was not.
I thought you were like on screen, like being like watch.
Well, it looks like we have both teams ready here. I'm gonna start it up. Dark Lord's game is gonna have first pick. I'm just verifying. Yep, top team. All right, let's get it started again. Match 2.
Bren Kirara cosplay soon.
Who?
Kirara, Robin, are you talking about the one from Genshin, the cat girl from Genshin?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Anyway, Kyle
Looks
also.
like we have the Scissor band for Dark Lord's Gaming. Might be Scissor or Scyther. Same bands as before. Gonna have Umbreon as well, followed by looks like Blastoise. Strong band, and Blastoise controlling so much space. He's such a good defender. I think he's the best defender this season for sure, and last season. Followed by Glaceon once again.
It is interesting to see the Blastoise band coming out. That means the Dragonite is available, and if we listen to Josh, which we don't know if we want to listen to Josh, it's Sal Tommy Jr. over on the other side, so they have an all-rounder pool that can be quite scary, considering a couple bands here, and they will go with the Mega Charizard Y for Ashen ones. Probably a good call, but that does give Vaporeon over to the other side. They've got Blissey option, they've got Clefable option, a couple of good options for first picks.
They also have Mega Charizard X. I know he's falling out of favor in comparison to his counterpart, but still a very strong Mega pick. Very brawly, very bulky, and very fast.
Mega Char X I also want removed from the game, but we are going to go with Blissey in that first pick slot for Dark Lord's Gaming, which means that Vaporeon is available for the other side. They're considering it here. Also considering the Alchemy, which I definitely like. Both of those are going to be locked in, so I wonder if we'll see Vaporeon go with the healing moveset, or if we'll just leave the healing to Alchemy, and we could see Flip Turn on the Vaporeon.
I love Vaporeon Flip Turn. He just turns into a little speedster. Warms my heart.
Yeah, he's so cute. I've been loving her. I don't have the ribbon on it yet. I'm like halfway there, but it's such a fun Pokemon. Look at this on the other side, though. We've got Dark Lord's Gaming. They go with the Miraidon again. Looked pretty good for them last time. But the Snorlax coming out this time. Classic defender, always really strong.
Yeah, man, this is one of the oldest ones in the game, and one of the strongest for a reason. We got the block heavy slam combo. Looks like they're going for that based on the item set that's being chosen. Over there on Abyss Order, we got the Zoroark with that new license art, looking dark and mysterious, followed by Inteleon once again, keeping the opponents over at bay, followed by Dark Lord Gaming with the, looks like Phalanx. I'd love to see Phalanx, but it looks like going to pick an attacker, probably Cinderace, or maybe an all-arounder.
Considering couple different things. The Mimikyu being locked in here, as well as the Dhelmise. Dhelmise is going to be an interesting one to play into something like a Zoroark, because can you actually get the anchor shot on top of the Zoroark? And I think that's going to be the question there. But I saw Vox hovering the Meowscarada for a second. I nearly had a breakdown. If somebody plays Meowscarada for me tonight, I will root for you unapologetically. But rounding it out with, instead of, we've got the Blastoise being banned, and they know that the Blastoise was banned, so Plush is going to go with the Mewtwo X instead.
we have Dark Lords Gaming's. That team is bulky. And I mean bulky. Outside of the Maridon, that team is very front heavy. Interesting to see how this team's gonna play out. Gonna probably rely on the anchor shots to try to reel in Inteleon, and I also got Mimikyu trying to get some picks over the Shadow Sticks, I surmise. Well, on the flip side, we got Mewtwo X. He actually might run Future Sight this game. I'm not entirely sure to try to stag kills on Mimikyu, but Side Strike's been pretty much the I don't want to be CC Boon. I also want to stun you and target your moveset, so we're gonna see how things play out.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna know this, but I hate Size Strike on Mewtwo X. It feels so pointless. Like, I would much rather see Future Sight. And this could be the game to do it, but it does depend on what Blissey ends up going. I don't really know what you're safeguarding, honestly. If you are safeguarding, like, are you just safeguarding a Size Strike?
It appears we have a crash on
but
we have a crash on Dark Lords Gaming. I'm gonna see if they want to do a reset or continue with this play.
Did we have a crash before the?
I think it was like during the picks. So.
Oh, okay. You can pause it, right?
I can pause. I want to see what he wants to do.
Okay. Cool. What a surprise of crashing and such.
Okay, we'll do a reset.
Always a great time. Let me see now while I'm here if I can make my move panel.
Oh, yeah, their top crashed again, so we'll do a reset. Reset with a new lobby.
Okay.
Trying to end the battle here, but it's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Letting
So
me.
it's also doing that for you.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. It's not letting me do it either.
What's going on here? Oh wow. Wait. It took a second, I guess.
All right. We got it. Love this broken game. Yeah, exactly. This game's so broken.
I love it. It's great. Well, folks, take another water break as we set up this new lobby here.
They've also messed up the Joy-Con controls here because I can move over to the battle data, but I can't move back over. I have to go up. That is a weird thing.
And I'm gonna have these teams redraft again. Do it all again. Do it live.
Well, can't they just blind pick? Like, you could just have them blind pick if it's the same things.
Maybe. Well, he wasn't able to make his pick, but looks like someone's having a forced update. That's insane. What is this game?
Great.
There are no crashes in Bossing Say. Let's get this new lobby going. Posted it. I feel for that guy who has to update yet again. Apparently the first time didn't count. Now, what settings were you looking for? Ah. You can only know so much, but you can always learn more. Well, the lobby's back up. I posted the code. We have Husky as their surprise six-man for Dark Lords Gaming. Gonna be playing Masquerada. She wanted it so bad she has to play it herself.
I don't know why I assumed that a 5-game set would only be an hour.
Yeah, I saw that you're double booked 1 hour after another. I'm like, there's no way.
I was like, it's fine. Yeah, I beat Nouns playing Masquerada. You don't understand, guys. Guys, I have to show you Karma again. I have to show you Little Man again. Look at...
I got the 9:30 game and like that's cutting it close.
It's Eepy. It's Eepy, little man. Oh. He's on the blanket that I wanted. I wanted that blanket. So we are still updating and such.
God bless him. I'm gonna have to do draft again. If this isn't a stomp of a sweat, I swear.
Hey, what's up, Slow Bruh? Yeah, Whooper, for sure. That's my guy. I've got...
Slow Bruh? He's in my chat too!
Back there.
Tell him hi.
That's my guy. Alright, we're waiting on one currently.
Is Kazuki we are waiting for.
This game is maybe updated again 5 times. Oh, really? They must have been pushing a lot of like the hot fixes and stuff.
So, you didn't hear this from me, but apparently the cause of all the crashing is due to the different firmware that's connected to the servers. You know, you got your Switch 1 players, you got you as an OLED player, then we got the Switch 2 players, then we have everyone's different phones and Nokias. So that sounds like a mess. Being a programmer myself, that is understandable.
You know, just put more transistors on the chip. It's not that hard. What kind of programming do you do?
I am a computer programmer.
Sick. My bachelor's degree is in electrical computer engineering.
Nice. Mine was comp sci.
Sick. I'm a big Moore's Law fan. Just put more transistors on a chip and download more RAM while you're at it.
I can't wait to just use the battle pass to fix the crash.
I could fix it all, but I choose it. Exactly, I could fix it. I just don't want to. I want everyone to keep complaining. The only way this game is alive right now is because of everybody complaining about it. So.
But I love to complain. That's my favorite thing.
Exactly. Everyone loves complaining. Everyone feels good about complaining. They're happy about getting to complain. So, I think it's fine.
What's life? You can't complain about it, you know?
Exactly. Spoken like a true air sign. When's your birthday?
October.
Are you a Libra?
Yeah, I'm October 19th. So.
Oh my god, I just clocked that so hard. I just clocked that so hard, dude. I heard an air sign statement and it was over from there. I clocked it so hard.
I feel so seen. I know what you are. Oh,
I am also an air sign, so I can. I'm a Gemini though. I can see y'all. I can pull us out. That's crazy.
well, apparently
I
our
love when I
crash
do
is
that.
over at 80% of its maximum power. Wait,
Oh,
make
they're
that
here.
100. He's here.
They're here. Woohoo! The Karens are keeping it alive. Yeah, they are. The complainers.
I was about to type
I
in
love
if
a
y'all
com- I
ain't
love
ready, I
complainer.
swear to God. Oh, it looks like they're ready. Like, who's first pick again? Dark Lords, right?
Dark Lords, yeah. Dark Lords
All right.
Gaming first pick.
Oh God, let's start it.
All right,
That
let's
that
get
draft better
into
be in
it.
super speed.
So we're not doing same draft. We're doing
I
like
just told him to
fully
do it
new
all.
draft.
New draft, do it all again.
Mm-hmm.
Do it again, do it right, do it fast.
Alrighty, Scissor ban, Umbreon ban. We're keeping it pretty consistent here. Blastoise question mark ban.
Yep.
We'll
All right.
see. They're gonna lock it in. Why does Blastoise's like icon look so tiny in the bans? Like compared, like his head compared to like Scissor's head. Like doesn't he look so small?
Right, and he's supposed to
like-
be the big man.
Like he's like supposed to be big, but like look how he's like kind of tiny. He's like snatched little waist and everything.
It needs to be a disclaimer that says not drawn to scale.
Not drawn to scale. Gave up past season and spammed Greedent. I mean, fair enough.
Well, looks
Alright,
like
looks
everyone
the
knows
team
what they want.
are- yeah, they had a plan going into the previous one before the crash. We've got the Blissey first pick, considering the Vaporeon Alchemy, which I do like if that's what they're wanting to go with. And they are gonna lock it in here. We see the Miraidon being hovered, and a Mega Charizard X now being hovered. Potentially, this was this crash, or like where we saw the crash from before, and they weren't able to pick. Oh, this is where we saw the Snorlax being picked here. So.
I told him same draft, and he responded super quickly. I'm proud of him.
All right, we've got the Mimikyu coming back, which was picked previously.
And they
And we
also
should see-
hovered over the Masquerada. Everything's the same, just a simulation.
So this time we are seeing
Buzzwole. Oh yeah, he
Being
wasn't able to pick before, right? So yeah. Well, wait, that's also new.
Yeah, well, you said it was all new before, and then you just said that it was different instead, or the same.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
So, I mean, their comp might be the same here, but we've been giving a lot of conflicting information. So let's see what this last pick ends up. Okay, this was where the Zoroark was. It was Inteleon, but it has now been Mew. And I forget what they had in the last. It wasn't Buzzwole, but I forget what they had before. Doesn't matter.
I did
We're
say
gonna-
new. Oh my god, do we have to do this again? No. No. That one's on me, probably. Oh, looks like they're just gonna be playing it.
They want to redo.
Fair enough.
Please pick not draft.
Yes, to speed it along.
Do you have to make a new lobby?
No, I just did the you can see on the screen I did Skyrim's 5v5, so this is the non-draft version.
Well, okay. Let me just handle this. We're gonna, since the team comps were completely different. We'll have to redraft. Okay, let's game 2 from scratch. Don't do blind pick, go back to draft. And we will do, we're gonna have to redraft everything because you said,
yeah, I said two conflicting pieces of information.
So we'll have to redo draft because we had different team comps from one side 2 different times. So we'll have to completely redraft.
All right, gotta start it.
Okay. Back to our game number 2. Finally. And I'm just trying to message them that I'm not going to be able to cast their set.
Well, so far everything's the same again. Fans and all. You know, actually something's different. Instead of Valkyrie, they're gonna go with Clefable over here, and Dark World Games is gonna go with Inteleon and Miraidon this time around.
Okay, interesting. So taking both, we're going to go double attacker on Dark Lord Gaming. And on the other side, instead of the Alchemy consideration, we've gone with the Clefable. So the classic pink blob supports, and then the double attacker with it. I wonder what we're going to see round out this comp from Dark Lords Gaming. It could be tough, especially into something like a Greninja. That can really dive pretty hard on top of Inteleon and Miraidon. And I don't know if anything can burst the Greninja down. So there's a couple of options that, you know, we could see from Dark Lords Gaming. Talonflame is a good option here. I do like this pick. And then we might see this...
Looks like he's going to go through with Zorog this time around again. There's
the
2
Zorog,
good targets.
Yeah, the Zorog looks pretty good here. The Greninja looks pretty good. I'm not sure how the double attacker is going to end up going here for Dark Lords Gaming. It is... I honestly don't really have much of an opinion on whether it's good or not. I haven't seen teams go with like double backliner in a long time. So just from looking at this, both of these compositions, I feel like I definitely favor Ashen 1's comp. But
definitely more balanced.
We'll have to see. Yeah, and again, we do have like the Clefable healer looking build, but we also have special attack specs on this Vaporeon. So will we see flip turn or will we see double healer?
Gonna have to wait and find out. Heading into game 2, finally. Got Dark Lord's Gamer versus Abyss Order.
At long last.
Long last.
It's Ashen Order. You know that, right?
True.
Ashen.
That is my bad.
Ashen Ones is the team name.
That was a slip on my part.
All right, no crashes.
Oh,
Right?
please.
Okay. No crashes. And
Are those two still in
trying to
Legend?
load in.
What's going on here? How'd they do that?
They just ran it. All right, game number 2 here. Ashen Ones is up 1-0 so far in this best of 5 set. Gonna be watching the Blissey Talonflame up into the top path. Interesting way of positioning the Pokemon here for Dark Lords Gaming. We have Inteleon heading into the central area.
Yeah, over up top, we're gonna have Talonflame with a Chansey fighting with Mewtwo and Clefairy over. Talonflame's taking a lot of damage already. He's gonna have to pop his XP to go back to maintain his health. D2X is getting free farm.
Interesting X speed here. Is that what you run on Talonflame? Like, I feel like eject button is pretty good on Talon, but the XP definitely comes in handy there. So far, nothing too interesting up in this top half. You need a couple more secures here for the Mewtwo X, but 11 points have gone in so far. A couple points in the top half, couple points in the bottom half for Ashen Ones.
Both junglers are up here, and it looks like the Zorg's about to make his move when he gets more pieces of information. Kind of holding out. Now we got a Froakie here, so it's going to be a 4v3 up here. Gonna find out pretty soon.
The Froakie, not quite level 5, but it is a 4v5 up here. Big Fade attack here from the Zoroark. They will hit that last hit of the Fade attack. Snorlax will go down to the Zoroark, and they're going to keep going. Able to dodge, though, is this Drizzile. Clefable being able to heal everybody up, and it looks like Ashen, they want to continue on.
It doesn't have the number advantage as Snorlax is making his way back up, but Zoroark's taking a lot of damage, and there goes Chansey.
Oh.
And Snorlax again. That's not looking good. They're getting their stacks in, getting even more powerful.
Yeah, the Zoroark has one of, if not the best level 5 gank in the game. If you know how to use the Fade attacks and balance it properly, then you're pretty much getting a KO in those moments. So even though Zoroark was really, really low for a couple seconds there, they were still able to use the Clefable healing as well as get the Fade attacks out, make sure that they hit for a ton of damage, and they were able to make it happen. Now, 8 minutes on the clock, and nobody has touched this Regidrago yet, so after it sat there for 15 seconds by itself, the Zoroark gonna start ripping it down.
Yeah, here comes Dark Lords Gaming contesting the storm. It looks like they get the Regidrago here, and a pickup on... Oh, not quite yet. Slush goes down again. Poor guy.
Well, they did get the Regidrago, but it looks like Ashen is going to win the war here, taking down a couple of different Pokemon, and now moving towards this bottom path. Still 0 points on the board for Dark Lords Gaming. Another couple points go in for this Zoroark. The Miraidon also goes down. Ashen looking to try to take over this game early before the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, it looks like DLG's going to have to give up that bottom lane trying to get some XP back for themselves. They can't really fight them with a level gap being so huge and ever expanding.
It's smart of them to head up into this top path and look for a trade here instead of trying to fight the team that is definitely further ahead, both in levels and in the score. So instead, they're just going to let them take that Regieleki and try to get some points in the top path. They do secure the Registeel, putting a couple points in, looking to potentially break this goal zone. They have an opportunity for a big overcap, but instead, they're just going to let Talonflame get another stack. And it's now 208 to 85, but at least Dark Lords Gaming is not at 0.
Yep, they're hanging in there. You gotta be able to keep your composure even when you're down at all aspects of the game. Looks like they're making a play for a top path, actually. They break that with an A overcap.
They're gonna break it. Not big overcaps here, but I don't really think that Ashen is concerned about that. They have such an advantage right now that they're just gonna want to keep pushing their advantage, try to take farm away from Dark Lords Gaming, because look at these levels. I mean, my overlay is actually not letting you see it, but we've got a level 10 on this Greninja right now, level 9 on this Zoroark, and we do have Dark Lords Gaming starting to try to come back a little bit, but there is definitely a bit of a level disparity between the two squads.
There goes Talonflame trying to play its life in and ulted, but it still goes down. Unfortunate. Tough break. We got the Snorlax block. He's got a nice block and Heavy Slam combo win. This should be a nice cleanup. Trying to get some comeback experience, much needed too. There's the Blazy Unite. Picking up a lot of extra damage. And there goes another Greninja Unite. Unites are going off. Blazy goes down, but there comes Talonflame coming down with Brave Bird. Or actually Fly, sorry.
Really good fight here for Dark Lords Gaming. They were able to get a couple of high-value KOs. This game, even though it has seemed like Ashen has rolled over this other team with the amount of scoring that they did early, Dark Lords Gaming definitely not out of it yet. They were able to get the Zoroark down there, the Greninja as well. Those are some really important KOs, and now their Inteleon is at this level 11 mark, looking for level 12 already.
Yeah, the levels are definitely stabilizing. Snorlax making a big Heavy Slam block play. Getting a lot of extra damage, and there goes the Mewtwo Knight kind of to fight back here. But we have this Charge Beam just flying through this team. As long as you're able to get that KO there. There it is. That's a big important kill. No more Aqua Wing for this team. But Zoro trying to get a cleanup here, getting dragged over by Brave Bird.
A lot of KOs going down here from Dark Lords Gaming into the other squad. We do have the Snorlax now with another big block trying to get out here, but they will go down eventually too. This Greninja Zoroark does use a Unite move. Inteleon also pops the Azure Spy Vision, but they will still go down. Zoroark on like 0 HP, gonna run in, try to get some more damage down, and they will pick up that Talonflame KO, looking for some more points. Blissey will jump on that tier 2 goal zone, and Ashen is gonna have to back up, but they were able to bring it back after such a tough fight for them.
I am really liking these Heavy Slam blocks. This is making these fights way easier for DLG. It's going to be very impactful coming into this 2-minute mark. Can't wait to see how it plays out.
We have 3 minutes, 30 seconds now on the clock getting into the late game, so Pokemon are going to be looking to get those level 13s. We have Greninja there already, and Inteleon very close to the level 13. Well, Dark Lords Gaming clears off this Regieleki. It doesn't look like the teams are yet to prioritize this Regidrago, but no, Greninja has started to rip this down, should easily go over to Ashen.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of objectives up, so looks like Greninja gets Regidrago. Another pickup on the Vaporeon, thanks to the Heavy Slam block combo. We're just gonna have to peel back to try to generate some life for the Fable over here. We have Regice still up underneath the 3-minute mark. Should be an easy enough secure for Abyss Order here, but it looks like they're gonna get contested by DLG.
But will Dark Lords Gaming go in, look for a steal? Not able to get there in time. Big fly into the backside, but that is not going to work out well for them. They were prepared for a Talonflame. Will go down. Big Charge Beam will do a lot of damage, but I mean, you're doing damage into double healing with the Aqua Tail and with the Moonlight. Not too much Dark Lords Gaming can do. In this last 2 minutes, we got 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Kyogre spawning soon. I feel like Dark Lords Gaming has to do so much more damage than their team composition is equipped to do to actually be able to move through this double healing composition. So it's going to be a tough fight for them, but they've got the levels for it. They've got the teamwork and the dedication, and sometimes winning the Pokemon Unite battle is the friends we made along the way or whatever.
Couldn't agree more. Looks like Snorlax is trying to think of doing a bush check with Heavy Slam, but if he goes too far, he's going to isolate himself from his team. Looks like Mewtwo X is making his first move. That kind of fizzles out. Everyone's filling each other out. DLG is going to have to make a play here. They are behind by quite a few.
Almost 200 points behind here, but the game's not over yet. Big charge. Ooh, the Future Sight pulls in the Miraidon. Zoroark's going to go in, but Inteleon Unite move is out. They will take out Miraidon pretty easily, but we do see Zoroark going down also very quickly. The healing just isn't enough, but look at everyone else on this squad. The remaining 4 members able to be healed. The Mewtwo X now going back to Vaporeon, making sure they get all their HP back. 2 members of Dark Lords Gaming are currently down, and there's no reason for Ashen Ones to try to take down this Kyogre. All they have to do is stall this game out.
Yeah, they're going to need both their attacks to mount enough of an offense against Abyss Order here. But they're going to need all hands on deck for that.
Looking for the refight here. The Snorlax comes in with a big block, but there's nothing they can do to isolate the team from their healers here. Good liquidation, does a ton of damage, but it's able to be healed up pretty easily. The Mega Evolution is out for the Mewtwo X. They're going to look for an opportunity to engage.
So much damage from that fly.
We'll take down Clefable. Clefable is currently down. That's one less healer for the squad, but Mewtwo X brings it back, clears the team. That is going to be a 5-man wipe for Ashen Ones. With 20 seconds left, they are going to all but lock this game 2 up.
That recover came in clutch. He barely survived that, but recover along with Aqua Ring, he was able to pull through and finish off DLG Gaming.
Yeah, they are going to just go ahead and GG it out. So 2-0 for Ashen Ones so far. But we do have best of 5, so there is still an opportunity to come back here. However, we've got an hour left because Ashen Ones is on a time crunch, and we fucked it up earlier. So
Yes, we did. That was on me. I take responsibility.
So they're going to be hoping for a clean 3-0 sweep here heading into our game number 3. 407 to 95, your final. Let's take a look at some of these stats. We've got 7 KOs for the Liquidation Inteleon. Pretty solid, honestly, considering how it seemed like for most of the game Dark Lords Gaming was behind. But
however,
on the other side,
Abyss Order, we got
KOs.
12 KOs, 10 assists, 90 overall rating with a 76k damage. This guy wasn't playing any games.
Yeah, it turns out the Greninja is actually pretty strong. I feel like Greninja itself isn't necessarily strong. It's just that a lot of players who are really good can play Greninja. So with the Surf Smokescreen, was it Surf Smokescreen? It was, yeah. So that's even the moveset that we don't see as often, but they were still just ripping through this team composition, and there's really nothing that Dark Lord Gaming could do against the double healing composition, especially when they had their Blissey going the Safeguard Helping Hand moveset. They weren't really providing any additional healing. Not that they could have healed necessarily. Their team comp was pretty squishy to begin with, but very well played here from Ashen Ones in game 2.
Yeah, I do believe Safeguard was the play because if they didn't do that, then you get a Me2X who can run Future Sight, and that's even scarier.
Yeah, I like the Future Sight there. What did they say?
Plush is ready. Plush of Abyss Order is ready. Just waiting for the go-ahead from DLG.
Back in the lobby. They said R. Both teams have R'd.
All right, let's get it started.
All right, game number 3, and Ashen looking to make this the last game that they play this evening, but Dark Lords Gaming gonna try to come back here. They're gonna be 3rd time in that first pick slot. Nothing too different about the bans so far. They do not want to play against that Scissor Scyther, and Umbreon still being banned out from Ashen.
It looks like we're gonna have Blissey here as another, once again, the first pick for DLG. First time the charms, I suppose. They got over here on Abyss Order. Looks like they might still go through with Vaporeon for sure. Will they go through with Creepy though? Looks like they're gonna. They really like the Clefable.
Yeah, I liked the Clefable and Vaporeon as well. The double healing seemed really powerful. It didn't really seem like the Blissey was doing much for Dark Lords Gaming, honestly. I feel like I would really like to see them switch over to a healing moveset and put a couple tankier Pokemon on their team. This is a good call here. The Delmise, I really do like that. I don't think that the double attacker, double backliner really worked well for them previously, so I like to see the Delmise. I think that we should go with healing instead, but we've seen a couple safeguard games so far. So I don't know if they're going to be really willing to switch, but right now I do think soft boiled is better. Oh, they did take off the leftovers for the special attack specs, so
they don't like the shields. I see with the T-Tar pick. They're gonna deal with that promptly.
The Tyranitar pick, interesting. So yeah, I do think that the Blissey going heals is the only thing that really makes sense here. The Tyranitar on the other side, it doesn't matter what you're safeguarding. The Tyranitar is just going to jump right through it. And the question for Dark Lords Gaming are they going to be able to prevent this Tyranitar from getting online early? With this composition, if you put the Tyranitar and the Espeon in the same lane, I could see a world where Dark Lords Gaming prevents this Tyranitar from getting online just because Espeon scales so much sooner. But they also have picked another scaling Pokemon on their side with the Venusaur, which has Big Root Focus Band on, so I imagine this will be a Petal Dance Giga Drain Venusaur. And that is another Pokemon that really does need to scale. So this is going to be a battle of the scaling here in game number 3.
And if all else fails, they got the Slowbro Unite for the T-Tar.
That's true. The Slowbro Unite comes in really handy in a lot of those situations. And then you've got the father-son combination over there as well. You've got Mew, the father, and Mewtwo, the son, coming in. And I guess Clefable is the Holy Spirit in this situation. But I guess we'll see. A lot of comfort picks, it looks like, for Dark Lords Gaming. Some blue ribbons here. We've already got the green ribbon on the Dhelmise as well. Kazuki seems to enjoy this Pokemon so far, so should be an interesting matchup here. Can Dark Lords Gaming bring it back after going down 2 games? Or can Ashen Ones keep their lead and send them home with a 3-0 sweep?
Well, the reverse 3-0 has definitely happened before in the previous week, so it can happen. It might be in for a long set, but I surmise that not everybody wants that.
Yeah, well, I know that they straight up can't. I know that we heard a couple of players be like, yeah, we only have until 10 p.m., which, if you're on Eastern time, it's currently 9:11 p.m. Oh my god, 9:11. Anyway, Blissey heading up into this top path with the Dhelmise. I do like Dhelmise in the top path role. I think it's pretty strong. Sending now the Bulbasaur as well as the Tyranitar, or what's his name, the little one, Larvitar, into the central area for the opposite side.
Yeah, Clefairy getting his first stack in. He's going to be trying to get his stacks as early as he can, but DLG is not pretty much going to not let that happen. Getting a lot of entry damage. YouTube might be stuck here. It's going to have to pop its potion, too, to live.
Clefable early with some good special attack stacks does incredible healing. So even if you go down early on Clefable, getting some of those early stacks is extremely valuable. So it's a good play for them early, even if they are playing it a little bit dangerous to just go for some of these stacks.
Looks like we got Espeon online pretty early, right on time, right at the 9-minute mark. We have both junglers. We have both junglers here up top. A big play's about to happen.
So it's Ivysaur, and it stands inside the bush, does a lot of really good damage, but that Moonlight healing also coming out here. Great hit there from the Dhelmise. No damage really being done to Dark Lords right now, but the Clefable, the hero that they are, healing up everybody in that top path. The bottom path seems to have gone pretty decently for both squads here. We've got our Vaporeon at that level 4, Muddy Water on the Vaporeon, and we've got the Mew now level 5, access to its ability.
YouTube might not escape from this one. He needs to get to level 5 stat if he's going to start contributing for this team. One over here at bottom, we do get a scoring of 26 points, extending the lead 0 to 41.
Points, though. But look at this, 5-man push to the top path. Dark Lords Gaming going to break this before they even know what is happening in the top path, what objective is going to be spawning up there. They want this Regidrago. They're going to continue moving forward into it, and they're doing kind of exactly what I said. For once, it's not the caster curse, it's the caster blessing. They're going to try to prevent this Tyranitar from scaling. They're going to look for an opportunity to get this Ivysaur.
And there he goes down.
In perfectly, and instead, the Tyranitar will go down 2 KO streak for the Espeon. Great push there, and good call by Dark Lords Gaming.
Well, they did break top early, but you know what that means? There's going to be some top farm spawning on their side. That's going to be the lifeblood for Tyranitar over here. Currently a Puppetar.
Puppetar.
Or Pupitar. How is it pronounced, actually?
Puppytar gonna be able to get some farm up in the top path while the rest of the team fights for their lives in this bottom path. 2 will go down, and Dark Lords Gaming gonna continue to increase their score lead here, putting a couple more points into this bottom goal zone. Not too much Mew can do about it right now. They will throw out a little bit of damage, but a lot of stacks here going in for this Dark Lords Gaming squad. And like we talked about earlier, the Blissey switching over to soft boil, great call.
Yeah, definitely. We got this huge four-man push trying to secure this Reggie Ice. They should be able to get it. There's not really much opposition, but Mew can do a solar beam, but he doesn't get it out in time.
Yeah, the Vaporeon also going down. Mew tries to hit a potential secure, not able to get it. Mewtwo is Mega Evolved, gonna try to do something, but here the Surf comes through. A lot of CC coming down on top of this Mewtwo. There's not too much they can do about it right now. They will un-Mega Evolve, or is it D-Mega Evolve?
Uh-oh, here he comes! Here he comes! Tyranitar's here!
Here he comes, able to get a lot of experience up in that top path. They're going to pop a Unite move immediately and try to get some KOs. They will get one. They take down Blissey. Looking for SP.
Get another one.
Find them. We do see Venusaur. They already used the Unite moves. They don't have the ability to anymore. Big pull there from the Delmise, but Tyranitar able to get away, at least for the time being.
Tyranitar is not down yet? Oh, okay, there it goes. I was about to say, it was very resilient, especially in this composition. There goes the Slowbro Unite on the Mewtwo. No one to follow up, though, so he's going to live to fight another day.
Slow beam, yeah, that was pretty big slow beam right there, but the Venusaur just not able to get in time to follow up. It's level 10 on that Venusaur.
Oh, there's
they
telekinesis.
Can really run in and sustain as well. Telekinesis pulls in Vaporeon. They force the Unite move out. They hit 4 with it, knock up the Venusaur, and here comes the Tyranitar. They are back. They jumped on top of the Venusaur. Can they do anything about it, though? They are able to get it. No, the pull from the future side.
There's the Blissey Unite.
Comes out. Mewtwo is down. Espeon will get credit for that KO. Vaporeon has to run back with the Aqua Tail, trying to heal up the team, but this fight just lasting forever.
Another Espeon Unite. Oh my goodness. So many Unites. All for bottom pad. He was the last one holding it down all by himself from the beginning for a solid minute here. Only on his pad. He's doing God's work.
Poor Mew. Yeah, he's the father, right? He's the father of, I don't know, the father of Pokemon. But that was a great fight from both teams. A lot of sustain there. It's really going to be this Venusaur versus Tyranitar. And look at the
Tyranitar making us move once again. He's just going in, but all by himself. I don't think he can last too long. Oh, wait, never mind. He got a pick. He couldn't get a second one, though.
Does get one, but Espeon able to get them down from the back line. Mew can't do too much to help them out there. They did get another Unite move back pretty quickly, so they were able to pick up at least one, but this is
over at the top lane.
Scrappy game.
Over at the top lane, we're trying to have Delmise trying to push Reggie in, but to no avail. He's going to have to back up here as his team regroups with him with best order. Looks like they're going to make a play for top here against the Delmise, but meanwhile, we have Venusaur trying to score 40, and now we're at the bottom. He gets it in, actually. Mew can only hold so much.
Yeah, Ashen one's now playing from behind, which is something they have not really done throughout this series so far. They don't have any points really to put in that top pass, so eventually they just have to leave, try to look for some experience. And this Clefable having pivoted to literally just following the Tyranitar around, that's kind of exactly what they need to do right now. At this point in the game, Tyranitar is their lifeblood. They will take down the Delmise and getting some points in, looking for an opportunity to break here. Espeon comes in with a Unite move, but they're not going to last too long here.
With the Mega Evolution, punching through this team right now. Looks like they're going to have the backup.
Ashen. 149 now for Ashen ones, and 178 for Dark Lords Gaming, so they are hanging on to a bit of a lead, but the positional advantage now in favor of Ashen. They're going to start ripping down this Regieleki, but Dark Lords Gaming doesn't want to give this up. They're going to walk into everybody on their side. Blissey will stand there. They find the Venusaur. They know they're going to be looking for an opportunity to secure it, but they pivot away from the Regieleki, jump into everybody on Dark Lords Gaming, but look at the healing from this Venusaur. The big root is the one doing the Lord's work now. 2 KO streak for them. They take down the Tyranitar with the Pocket Blissey and the Giga Drain. This thing is un-KOable.
Yeah, best owner on the retreat trying to salvage what experience they can. Reggie Lake is walking down. It's currently 225. Are they going to rip this really quick or are they going to let this walk through? Looks like they're going to try to rip it as DLG Gaming trying to get positioning over at center for the Kyogre fight.
We need to see Tyranitar get a level 13.
He's
and
close.
I think that they absolutely know that. They are going to be able to get a couple more little pieces of experience to get there. But a level 13 Giga Drain Venusaur is now level 14. Extremely, extremely tanky. And if you don't take down that Blissey, you let them hit a good Bliss assistance, you let them get a ton of healing on that Venusaur, it can literally just stand in the middle of all 5 of the members of Ashen Ones and still make it out on top. Tyranitar will poke a little bit, looking for where they are.
Uh-oh, he got caught out.
Stun there from Espeon.
Yep, there's the down by Zol for the great initiator for DLG. They're chasing down this Tyranitar. They can't let him get away. He's trying to disguise him with the ult, but he just got found out. More damage on the sloping for the Mewtwo eggs. There goes their entire offense pretty much. As
Yeah, they
DLG
lost
Gaming.
everything there. Tyranitar was picked off, and they weren't even able to use the Unite move. Nobody is now down for Dark Lords Gaming, and if I'm them, I'm going to be trying to rip down this Kyogre. You don't want to let Ashen Ones get back into it or get the opportunity to take this. You have Mew able to potentially secure, and there's really no ability for Dark Lords Gaming to get out of the pit. They're really good.
Another
stalling
refight.
there.
Oh no,
Great
extra
into
damage.
Tyranitar. The Tyranitar Unite move takes down 2, takes out 3, 4.
No.
Espeon on 1 HP has to run away. All of a sudden, Ashen Ones has turned this game around. They will take the Kyogre and look for opportunities to score. They will get it. 249 now, and a 4 KO streak for the Sun, Mewtwo-X.
Oh yeah, there's the surrender there. So as we both saw, DLG did win that initial fight, but they just didn't have the rip to quickly finish off Kyogre, and then I gave enough time for Abyss Order to come through and actually use their Unite moves and clean up the fights. 178 to 249. Abyss Order with the 3-0 sweep. My goodness. Checking out here this battle data. Yeah, Flush the Mewtwo-X, the Sun, with a 84 overall rating, 5 KOs, 3 assists. Not bad, not bad. But over here at DLG, they got the beefier numbers for sure. Their MVP is the Venusaur, 7 KOs and 17 assists. But they just couldn't finish out the Kyogre objective in time to even try to secure it, unfortunately. Look at these damage numbers between these three. 122k for the Venusaur. We got 130k for Tyranitar and 121 for the father in Mew. High damage game for both teams.
Look at that. The damage is crazy. The crazy damage. Well, that is going to do it for set 1 on the stream for tonight. Abyss Order. I know, dude. I tried to tell him. He had it in his head. AO means Abyss Order. Ashen Ones.
I did hear you said Ashen Ones once. I'm like, it wasn't just me.
No, that is the name of the team. It's Ashen Ones.
Now you're confusing
Abyss
me.
Order.
You're confusing me now. Ashen Ones. We'll just call him Ashen. I'm just going to call him that from now on.
Well, GG's to Ashen Ones. And GG's, GX, thanks for casting with me. I gotta pivot over to the next one here.
I got another match myself in 7 minutes, so thanks for casting with me. I learned a lot.
Absolutely. All right, which means that I will be... Where am I?
All right. Sit tight, folks. We're going to pivot over to the next game momentarily.